surrounding the Cindercrete product lands here and our piece of property on the Pilot Butte interchange on Highway 1. That would be the southeast corner. So yeah, that's the involvement that I have with this Highway number 1 lands and this the bypass that's being built. It's we knew right from the very beginning that it was going to be a process, and we wanted it to be as positive as possible, obviously for ourselves, but also for the whole process. Excuse me. It's taken a lot longer than we ever thought, but the whole process, with it being a P3 project, it was very involved and very complex. I think from our standpoint, we didn't have any real business interruption, any real issues. We just wanted to see decisions being made, and so that we could see, we could get an idea of the way our properties would look. And so I think overall the process has been good. The whole idea on P3 always leaves a little bit of a question mark until the contractor's been determined and they finish their final analysis. And overall, I think it's been good, and we've survived it so far. We recognize that highways had a big job in front of them, and we just did not want to be an impediment to the process.
So how were you approached about the land deal?
The land deal being the land that highways would require from us. Those were the service roads, and I think originally it was just with highways, not with a P3 partner, obviously, because that was chosen later. But the highways, they've been doing preliminary design for years, and I think that we made sure that they knew who we were, and that we wanted good discussion, good design, ultimately for everybody's benefit. And so it's been ongoing, and it's been over years. Anytime that there's a project like this, you're going to get some people that feel they may be treated negatively. And I can't speak for everybody, because we really, our business was not affected by this project, but there's a lot of landowners, there's a lot of people that were affected. I think that it's land values, and it can be a bit of a moving target. I feel for a lot of people. At the same time, the process, I think the greater good, and these things there needs to be decisions, and there needs to be a way to make it happen. I don't know how you step through it any differently than they did. I think overall, I think that from my standpoint, I think it was done about as well as it could be.
So how were you affected by this process?
We were once there was talk of the bypass, there needed to be a decision about where it was going to go, and all the other related things. Like there's been some serious safety concerns along the highway, the Trans-Canada Highway. What happened was it became quite a big animal, because they needed to address all of these issues. They also needed to address how to best service the properties along this highway corridor, and that involves the RM of Edenwald and Sherwood, and I think that once there was talk about it, basically it was very difficult look at moving any development plans forward. We're not in any hurry to develop our property. We can just we can just wait it out. If it was important to get it built, and where it is today, being designed, where it is designed and where it's being built today is really the only practical place that it could have been built.
Do you think you were compensated fairly for?
Absolutely. I think that for us it was easy because it was just we give up land. We give up land to build a service road that everybody's going to use, but ultimately actually brings potential value to our sites. So we recognize that early on.